wasn't your enemy, but your coronation? What if chaos wasn't the thing that broke you, but the thing that built your throne? They told you to fear chaos, to run from it, to build walls and routines and rituals to keep it out. But chaos doesn't knock, it doesn't ask for permission. It breaks in, it tears through your plans, your peace, your perfect little blueprint for life. And when it does, most people collapse. They scream for order, they beg for control. They reach for the familiar, even if it's killing them. But not you. You were built differently. You were born in the noise, raised in the wreckage. You don't flinch when the sky turns black. You smile because you know something they don't. Chaos isn't the enemy. It's the test, the fire, the forge, and only those who walk into it without blinking ever walk out wearing a crown. You see, kings aren't chosen in peace, they're revealed in war. Not the kind with swords and banners, the kind inside your chest, the kind that rips through your mind at 3 a.m., the kind that whispers, "You're not enough." That's the battlefield, and if you're still standing, you're already winning. But let's go deeper. Let's talk about the moment everything fell apart. The moment you lost what you thought you couldn't live without. The job, the person, the dream. That moment wasn't a punishment. It was a coronation. Because chaos doesn't destroy the worthy. It strips away the weak. It burns off the lies. And what's left is the truth. The raw, unfiltered, unbreakable version of you. The one who doesn't need applause. The one who doesn't chase validation. The one who walks through fire and doesn't ask for water. That version, that's the king. But here's the twist. Chaos doesn't just test you once. It comes back again and again and again. Because the crown isn't given, it's earned every day. In silence, in struggle, in the moments no one sees. When your hands shake, when your voice cracks, when your heart screams for rest, and you keep going. That's what chaos wants to know. Will you keep going? Will you rise when everything says fall? Will you roar when everything says break? Because if you do, chaos will crown you king. You thought loyalty would protect you. You gave everything. Time, energy, trust. You stood beside people who swore they'd never leave. And then, they did. Not in silence, not with grace, but with knives. Knives made of words, knives made of absence, knives made of betrayal. And you didn't break. You bled. Quietly. Privately. You stitched yourself together in the dark. Because kings don't scream. They rebuild. That's what chaos teaches you. That the throne isn't built by applause. It's built by scars, by nights when no one calls, by mornings when you wake up and realize you're alone. And still, you rise. You rise because you've learned the truth. That silence is sacred. That pain is a teacher. That betrayal is a blueprint. Every person who left carved a lesson into your bones. Every lie they told became a brick in your foundation. And now, you don't need them. You don't need anyone to tell you you're worthy. You know it, because you earned it. You earned it in the chaos, in the moments when everything screamed quit and you whispered no. In the moments when your heart shattered and you kept walking. That's the fire. That's the forge. That's the crown being shaped in silence. And here's the part they never tell you. The crown is heavy. It doesn't come with comfort. It comes with responsibility, with solitude, with the weight of knowing you survived what others couldn't. But that weight, it's not a burden. It's proof. Proof that you're not just alive. You're chosen. Not by people, not by titles, but by chaos itself. Because chaos doesn't pick the loudest, it picks the last one standing. The one who didn't flinch, the one who didn't fold, the one who walked through hell and didn't ask for directions. That's you. That's why you're here. That's why the crown is yours. There comes a moment when you stop asking, why me? And you start declaring, try me. That's the turning point. That's when chaos stops being the storm outside and becomes the fire inside. You stop running, you stop hiding, you stop begging for peace, because you realize peace never made you strong. It was the chaos, the sleepless nights, the betrayals, the failures, the scars. That was the training ground. That was the battlefield. That was the crown being carved into your skull. And now, you don't just survive chaos, you command it. You walk into rooms with the weight of storms behind your eyes. People feel it. They sense it. They don't know what you've been through, but they know you've been through something. Something that would have broken them, and yet, here you stand, unbroken, unbowed, uncrowned, but already king. That's the secret. Kings aren't crowned by ceremony. They're crowned by presence, by the way they carry scars like armor, by the way they turn silence into power, by the way they refuse to kneel even when the world demands it. That's you now. Not the victim, not the survivor, the sovereign. The one who commands chaos instead of fearing it. Because chaos is no longer the enemy. It's the weapon. It's the fire you wield. It's the crown you wear. And when you walk through the storm now, you don't flinch. You don't stumble. You don't ask for shelter. You smile. Because you know the truth. Chaos will crown you king. And once it does, no one can take it away. There is a moment when the storm stops testing you and starts serving you. When the fire that once burned your skin now lights your path. When the noise that once drowned your voice now amplifies it. That moment is the coronation, not in gold, not in ceremony, but in silence. In the way chaos itself bends to your will, because you no longer fear it. You command it. You wear it. You are it. The crown isn't placed on your head by trembling hands. It's carved into your skull by every scar you carry. It's forged in the nights you thought you wouldn't make it. It's hammered into shape by every betrayal, every failure, every loss. And when you stand now, you don't just stand, you reign. Not over people, not over kingdoms, but over yourself, over the chaos that tried to break you, over the storm that thought it could drown you, over the fire that thought it could consume you. You reign because you refuse to kneel. You reign because you refuse to quit. You reign because you chose to rise when everything screamed fall. And here's the truth. Chaos doesn't crown kings because they're perfect. It crowns them because they're relentless, because they're ruthless, because they're willing to bleed for the throne. And you bled, you broke, you burned, and you kept walking. That's why the crown is yours. That's why chaos bows now. That's why the throne is revealed. Because kings aren't born in silence. They're born in storms. And chaos will crown you king. Listen closely. This isn't just about you. It's about everyone who's ever felt the storm tearing them apart. Everyone who's ever thought the chaos was punishment. Everyone who's ever believed the crown was for someone else. It's not. It's for the ones who refuse to kneel. It's for the ones who keep walking when their legs shake. It's for the ones who roar when silence tries to choke them. It's for the ones who bleed and still fight. That's you. That's them. That's us. Chaos will crown you king. Not because you were flawless, not because you were chosen by men, but because you were chosen by fire, by storms, by scars, by nights that tried to break you and mornings that demanded you rise. That's the coronation. That's the throne. That's the crown. So stop waiting for peace. Stop begging for order. Stop asking for permission. Step into the storm. Step into the fire. Step into the chaos. Because the crown is waiting and chaos is ready. Ready to test you. Ready to break you. Ready to reveal you. And if you refuse to kneel, if you refuse to quit, if you refuse to bow, chaos will crown you king. And once it does, you'll never be the same. You'll never be ordinary. You'll never be forgotten. You'll reign, not over kingdoms, not over nations, but over yourself, over your chaos, over your crown, forever.